Alright, so I have not seen anybody talk about any type of lolicon pride month this year, so it's a bit strange to me. But when it comes down to it though, I feel like because we've done it for, or at least recognized it for at least like 2 or so years when it comes down to it, I feel like it's only right to continue the tradition of lolicon pride month in some shape and form. And that's why I kind of want to do something a bit differently, or at least something within that realm of space, but also kind of point out certain things that is a bit different, and hopefully I can pull this off right, which is essentially flatness, right? And obviously I could do something like a top 10 flattish characters of all time or whatever, but I kind of want to talk about the entirety of flatness and flat characters, while also kind of comparing, the gelatin, the sexiness of other characters, right? Because there is very much tons of options when it comes to your waifus, but we should also understand why flatness is also pretty damn goated when it comes down to it, right? And it's really not that hard to understand it. It's actually quite simple. It's mainly due to the fact that flat characters are usually cute, right? Like, why do you think people enjoy lolly characters hard as hell? Even when it comes down to a more normal standpoint, not looting the character, just accept them for what they were originally created to be. What is the reason that most people will, like those type of characters or go for those type of characters? It's because they're cute. Like, let's just keep it very much stacked. If you just look at Anya regularly from, Spy Family, you probably would say, oh yeah, Anya's mad cute. That's the reason why she's, the most popular character in her own damn show, right? Which makes a lot of sense, And then when you look at someone, let's say, for example, like Yelan or something from Genshin, you easily see that, oh yes, big booba, open boob window, fat ass, sexy as shit. Yep, she's sexy. That's all there is to it. She has the gelatin that I need, right? And there's a world of difference from what you can honestly look for and vibe with when it comes to cuteness and sexiness. Because let's keep it very much say, Yelan is sexy. She about bad as hell. I don't see how anybody said they don't want a piece of Yelan. That being said though, is she cute? Not really. Let's just keep very much aside. There's very much the sexiness there, but not the cuteness. But then when you look at someone like Chi-Chi, she's absolutely cute. But is she sexy? Not necessarily intentionally supposed to be, not really, so that doesn't really fit there. But here's also the thing that we can also kind of look into, which is the fact that you can have characters that are cute and sexy, and then you have sexy being cute as well too, right? Because I think the best example of the latter would probably be Veresa, right? You could probably say that. And then if you want a character that, looks cute, and you could possibly force it into the sexiness of everything, you could look at someone like, I don't know, Konako for example. Because yes, there's lots of times you'll see her being mad cute as shit. Who wouldn't want her? That's why none of you can have her, only I can. And when it comes down to it, and they start actually just, making her do crazy ass poses in the show, or any type of those, eye catches, or those, intermissions mid episode of the anime or whatever, when she does like those extreme crazy ass poses. I say it's like she's splitting her ass cheeks on the Great Wall of China. Like, she's not doing all that, but it's like when she's getting sexy at times, it's like, oh yeah, there is cuteness here, but then there's obviously that prime time ass that she has. There's some sexiness that's going on. So it's like you can basically have both of the best worlds via any character. But at the same time, it's also it's also kind of like, it depends on who it is and how it's done. At least for me, to kind of really just appeal to that sort of nature when it comes down to it, right? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me that prefers, cuteness over sexiness when it comes down to it. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong, I can sit here and appreciate a good character flinging boobs out all the wazoo, just have a very good time. It sounds amazing. Granted, if someone came through, just said, here's some big ass tits, have fun, I'm gonna play with them shits, and it's gonna be a grand time for me, especially if they're massive as fudge. So you know how it's gonna be for me. That being said, if we're gonna talk about from, a cuteness side of things, I just feel like I appeal towards that faster. Like, when I saw Lamine for the first time in Genshin, it wasn't the fact that, oh yeah, big boobs. It was more so just the fact that, oh, she looks mad cute. That's the reason why I guess I appeal toward Lamine, and then after that, just like, yeah, how sexy can we make her? And then things and sort of like that kind of happen, right? And ultimately, I guess it's just for me again. Just, I like sexiness, at least a little less than I like cuteness. I prefer cuteness over, the sex appeal of everything else. Because if the character ain't cute, I don't really care. Because you can have like characters like Yinlin from Wuwa. I think that's the name of the chick with the whip. She's alright, but I'm gonna be real. I don't care for that type of character. Not at all. Hell, to give it more of a real deal example as to what I'm talking about, I think there's a whole ass anime that came out like today or yesterday that was basically having like some female character basically taking off her panties, and then it'd be like a superpower so she could stop time or whatever, or something like that, or reverse time or something of the sort like that. And people are just eating that anime up. I'm gonna keep it very much a sec. I don't really care for it, mainly because I don't find her really like a good character at all. I don't really care for the fact that she's just trying to be overly sexy. I don't really care for that whatsoever, and it just doesn't necessarily appeal towards me, right? Whereas someone like, Tamaki from Fire Force that's coming back out tomorrow, I'm super down for. Or someone like, I think there's like a whole robot anime that's supposed to come out that's supposed to be ecchi, and then there's supposed to be like some type of yandere dark elf that's supposed to be, a bit ecchi too. Like, both of those go ahead and bleed into the cute factor than it is the sexy factor. The dark elf can do that too when it comes down to sexiness, but I feel like they're trying to aim for something that's cute than it is just straight up sexy, and that's something I can appreciate. Hell, to kind of give you a throwback, the reason why I had Sakura as my waifu for like a long time ago was not because of really her personality, obviously, because she always on Sasuke's meat like 5,000 times, but it was because she was cute as hell. And then that's when it kind of came through, because obviously Sakura got no type of like breasts whatsoever, but she had ass, right? On occasion, you did see ass. But when it comes down to it, I was like, oh, Sakura ain't really much of anything, but she's cute as hell, and that's enough for me. So that's kind of how I always kind of felt when it comes to her, and just really any character whatsoever. And lolis are basically no damn different, or any character that has like the lolly type stature being no damn different. Hell, if you gave me Bleach characters and you basically said you can have anybody that you wanted, who you want, or a Hime, do you want Ragikyu, or however the hell you say her name, or Yorichi, or literally any character, who the hell would you go for? I'm probably gonna say Rukia, if anything. Mainly because, one, the most of that community, as far as I've seen on the internet, don't really seem to care much for Rukia. I never seen anybody say they want to clap her cheeks. They don't want to do nothing with her, which is crazy. But I'll take Rukia. Is she like the cutest character ever? No, not necessarily, but she fits within the standards of what I'm looking for, or at least what I would like to see first of all. I may not know shit about Bleach, but I do know something about Black, so that's what essentially Rukia is going to end up being, right? So when it comes down to just, I guess, the taste of just waifu characters and things sort of like that, what do I look for first? The first thing I guess I look for is, outside of like obviously like the stereotypical, oh, is this character design good and things sort of like that, I really just look for cuteness and whatever, because that's like the ultimate thing. Because hell, you can have a character that is just straight up cute as hell, and then ultimately they can turn out being freaky as hell in the bedroom, being mad sexy. That's how it works. That is just ultimately how it works. That's why, honestly, you get characters like, I guess, just to throw it out there, like Maki Klopp, who, looks mad fine in that nun outfit. She looks great. She looks cute as hell. But then you realize, oh, she can take a D real nicely. Oh, hell yes. This is peak and prime time. This is what we need to see, right? Or someone like, as many times as I said it, like Eerie or something like that. Yes, very cute, very adorable, nice, very cool, fine speech. But at the end of the day, if she had a fat ass cake, you think I'm not clapping? I know a ton of people would definitely clap. So that's just ultimately how it is. But overall, it does matter when it comes down to the cuteness of a character and things and sort like that first. Hell, I think VTubing is really a good example of that. Plenty of people care about characters that are cute over characters that are just, actually sexy and all that type of stuff. Nothing wrong with a sexy character. Not saying you can't have that, but at the same time, it's possibly more preferred to have a character that is a bit more cuter, like a Chi-Chi, and then like having someone like, a damn, Nahida, because I've seen people like the hell out of Nahida or something like that, and then just take them and be having a nice time and then shoving your meat in their whole ass mouth. Like, that's just how it is. Because I can even take something like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, because I do not care for Nai when it comes down to the OG Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't really care for a lot of the characters that are just, you know, supposed to be like mad sexy. There is occasions where I will, like Akiza, because she out bad as hell, and I don't see how you can't necessarily want Akiza. She like top, maybe second best character in everybody that is just, you know, within the Yu-Gi-Oh landscape of things. But in my top pick will be like Tori Meadows. She ain't the flattest character, but she like cute as hell, and that's enough for me. Would clap again multiple times, start a family. But but you get the point. But that's really the entirety of all I guess I have to say. And maybe one of these damn days we will do like a flattest list of all time or something like that. I'll know, we'll have to see, but hopefully you still enjoyed nonetheless. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the button to catch on my outs, also on socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash App is available as well. And until then, it's been Boy J, signing off. Have a blessed day.